Welcome to this Max lesson on navigating and maintaining the Customer Master. During this lesson, you will learn how to create new customers in Max and enter default information for these customers and maintain data for the existing customers. All basic customer information is entered in the Customer Master screen, including customer type, status, currency codes, shipping and tax information, and financial details specific to the customer in question. Let's get started. You will build customer information files, collectively called the Customer Master file, by using the Customer Master Maintenance dialog box. In that window, you will create customer ID codes and associate these codes with existing customer information. You may also add, edit, and delete information that is stored in the Customer Master file by using the Customer Master Maintenance dialog box. All Max sales orders and invoices draw information from the Customer Master file, and they do that by referencing the Customer Identification Number. To access the Customer Master, start with the System Manager, click on the Customer tab, and then click on the link to the Sales Order Processing module. When the Sales Order Processing window appears, click on the Activity menu. Then move your mouse to SOP Data and select the Customer Master menu item. Select the field for Customer ID. The Customer ID field is a user-defined 20-digit alphanumeric code that represents a customer. When integrated with Great Plains, you must enter customer IDs of 15 characters or less. Typically, the customer ID will conform to specific naming conventions set by your company, but an alphanumeric string will work here. In this example, we will use 555 as the customer ID. The Customer Type field contains a 3-character user-defined code used to classify or group similar customers. For example, GVT could stand for Government, PRI Private, OEM Manufacturer, or DST for Distributors. Customer types should be defined in order to set up the customer-based and product line schedule pricing. Customers to which product line schedule pricing applies must be assigned the customer type SCH. We will enter a customer type of OEM. You can assign one of two status items to a customer. R for release means that a customer has release for sales order processing. H for hold means that the customer is on hold status. Max issues a warning message but will release sales orders to customers on hold. You may assign hold status while awaiting initial credit information or due to credit limit or other financial problems. The currency code is a 3-character alphanumeric code used to describe a country's currency, such as USD for United States dollar or CND for Canadian dollars. Enter the code directly if you know it, or double-click the field to go to the currency browser. If you double-click on the currency code field, the CodeMaster browser window will open. You can click on the search icon to see the list of available currency codes. For this customer, we will choose US dollars. As it is in other modules, the user-defined key field is a 15-character user-defined key that is indexed and used to hold information specific to this customer. Similar to the UDF key field in other modules, this user-defined reference field is a 25-character user-defined field that is used to hold information specific to this customer. The Sales Rep ID is a 7-character user-defined alphanumeric code that represents the name and territory of a specific sales representative, a person, or a company. Double-click the field to view the list of available sales representatives that are defined in the system. When you double-click on the field, the browser window will open. Click the Browse icon to open the list of available sales representatives that have already been entered into the system. Find the sales rep that you wish to associate with this customer and double-click to populate the customer master file with the record. After you have chosen the sales rep, notice that the territory field will automatically populate with the sales rep's territory. Now we will enter the basic contact information for this customer. The Customer Master Maintenance dialog box displays general information associated with this customer ID. This information displays as the default Bill To and Ship To information on each sales order that is created for that customer. To enter this information, click on the Show Details button in the General Info section of the Customer Master screen. First, we will enter the customer name and then press Tab to move to the next field. And we'll enter the address, the city, the state, and the zip code. If there are additional address requirements or phone, fax, email, or other information to be entered for this customer, enter it now. Then click the OK to exit the customer information screen. The Ship Via field displays a defined Ship Via code and a description of the shipping carrier that is assigned to that code. To select a code description in the Ship Via field and choose a default shipping carrier, double-click the field, and the Codemaster browser window will open. Click the Browse button to return a list of the available Ship Via options. For this customer, we will choose the U.S. Postal Service by double-clicking on the entry shown here. The Comment 1 and 2 fields are two 30-character fields used by MAX to save customer-specific information in the Customer Master file, and this will print on customer invoices. If the switch is set to Yes for Transfer Customer Comments to Sales Order Header, then this will happen. You can set this in the System Manager, Configuration Editor, Sales Order, and then any comments saved in the Customer Master will also display and print on that customer's sales orders. Let's move on to the Taxable field. The value of the taxable flag on the Customer Master Maintenance dialog box sets how MAX calculates tax on orders for that customer. Default values for the taxable flag are Yes, means sales are taxable, or No, sales are non-taxable. We will leave the taxable value for this customer as Y to indicate that this customer is taxable. MAX allows you to apply up to 3 tax codes to a sales order. For the field of Tax Code 1, this is the primary tax code that is applicable to the customer tax requirements. This is entered using Tax Code Maintenance. If a user selects a VAT code, which is Value Added Tax Code, as the primary tax code, MAX allows only that code. In that case, tax codes 2 and 3 become disabled. In the field for Tax Code 2, that is the secondary tax code that is applicable to the customer tax requirements. This is entered using Tax Codes Maintenance. Tax Code 3 is a third tax code that may be applicable for some customer tax requirements. This is entered using Tax Codes Maintenance. Tax codes 1 through 3 may reference, for example, different federal, state, and county sales taxes, taxes for sales in a different state, or a state tax code and a city tax code that both apply to a particular sale. Double-click on the Tax Code field to choose a tax code for this customer. After double-clicking, the Tax Code browser window will open. Click on the search icon to see the list of available tax codes to choose from. We will choose Boston City Tax for our new customer. Now let's look in the Finance area. The terms code is a 2-digit alphanumeric code that represents a payment discount that is offered to customers who meet defined payment conditions. Double-click the terms code field to open the browser. The Codemaster browser window will open. Click on the search icon to populate this window with term codes available to you. Find the term code appropriate for this customer and double-click on the entry to populate the Customer Master screen with this choice. The credit limit field is a user-defined amount that is assigned to a customer ID as a boundary to creating new sales orders without payment receipt for previously posted orders. Leaving this value at 0 will mean that the customer does not have a defined credit limit. In the discount rate field, enter a percentage using 2 digits to the right and the left of the decimal point that will assign a specific discount rate to the displayed customer ID anytime this customer places an order. In the drop-down box for the Apply To field, choose how you want Max to apply the discount percentage. The choices are B for both line items and order total, L for line items only, or O for sales order totals only. See the Max lesson on discounting for more information about how Max discounts prices on orders and invoices. For this example, we will choose to tax both the line item and the orders. If monthly statements are to be generated for this customer, mark the Statements box. Max prints a reference field, yes or no, on the customer list report if monthly payments are to be generated for this customer. If finance charges apply to this customer, mark the Finance Charge box. Max will print a reference, yes or no, on the customer list report if finance charges apply. The FIM button will be enabled if Max is integrated with Microsoft Dynamics and pulls information from Dynamics for this customer. You, your customers, and/or your vendors may be subject to value-added tax, or VAT, if you provide goods and services in the UK or Europe. You would enter value-added tax information for each customer ID using the Customer VAT Maintenance dialog box. The Customer VAT Maintenance window will open. This is where any applicable information related to the value-added tax is entered for this customer. When finished, click the OK button. The Extended button will be enabled only if your company utilizes the User-Defined Fields module in conjunction with the Customer Master and if you have the proper security rights to access the extended fields. This functionality allows for the addition of custom-defined fields to the Customer Master to store additional customer information that does not fit anywhere else in the Customer Master screen. User-defined fields is covered in its own Max lesson, which you should refer to for additional information on this functionality. If you would like to prevent back orders from being used for this customer, place a check in the Do Not Allow Back Orders box. Once all the appropriate information has been added for this new customer, click the Add button to add the customer into Max. Then you will see a message saying that you have successfully added this customer. When finished, click the Close button to exit this screen. So the Customer Master is a place to enter and maintain customer information. You can set the customer type, status, and currency code. You can set shipping information, default tax information, other financial information such as terms codes, credit limits, and discounts. So when adding a customer to the Customer Master, you will be adding all of the basic information that is needed for the management of your customers. All Max sales orders and invoices draw information from the Customer Master file. And that completes our lesson on Max Customer Master. The Customer Master screen holds all the basic level information for your customer. Max uses this information when processing sales orders and invoices. It's important to be accurate because that information is used in many other places throughout the software. Thank you for being with us today.